Hi guys! This week I'm doing a mood board madness, my new series. So I've put together this mood board using different images from the internet, and hopefully we'll draw some inspiration from it. So I like the greens and silvers and a whole heap of different things I looked at there I draw from. So just trying to work out what base to use for this. I want to use that wood grain paper, and that's my photo that I'll be using. So that's some silver contact I've cut out, die cut. Can't tell really that it's die cut there. A few frames and things. They're Studio Calico ones. Some doilies, different types of doilies. Gold, silver, white. It'll depend what I use. There's papers there. They're cut up ready for project life, but pretty much anything. They were just scraps that I had left over. And those pearls from Kazaz. Smushy tape. The skinny ones are from Typo. I think that floral and that glitter are from Kmart, which I've also punched some butterflies out. I'm just putting everything in my bowl. So I've got some lace. Same lace there, yeah. One lonely enamel dot, which is still lonely because I haven't used it yet still. Some die cuts that I've coloured up. A few bits and pieces. Those die cuts are from Basic Grey Waterfall set. Little charm. Charms Creations Embellishments. I've got a few of those, different ones of those. Some resin flowers from Kaisercraft. And that's it, I think. So that's everything I pulled together to use. I think I do grab a couple of other things along the lines. So those papers are from Fifth and Frolic, that's what they were. Yeah. Dealers Fifth and Frolic, so a few different ones. I think there's one there from Maggie Holmes as well. I think that one with the little plates on it, I think is Maggie Holmes. I'm just looking at how I can use this paper, just rotating it, making it work. So I'm just playing around with these cards and just see what I can come up with. So I'm just sort of shuffling them in behind the photo and shuffle them around a bit. Nope, don't like it, throw them all aside. What else can I do? So I have another look at the colour swatch there, and I realise that there's grey in there as well. So I'm like, I should perhaps try and get some of that more neutral colour in. So just have a look for some grey. Go to my stash and pull out, that's a Fancy Pants paper, and then this Amy Tan papers. So I've got two grey spots there as well. I'll go with the darker grey, I think. Yeah, I found the light one was just a little bit too light. Let's try and see what it looks like against that craft cardstock there, or whether the white would look better. I'm just sort of playing around different ideas. Just tidying up my photo. I think I just took the white edge border off because it didn't print with enough white edge border around it, so I took it off completely, and I think I add it back on with just some paper. Just trying to play around with these doilies, seeing whether a doily will work. Not too sure, because the mood board there's got quite a bit of silver in it. It's got a bit of silver and a little bit of gold in it, but so I just wanted to bring the silver in, but I don't think the doily works. So here I'm just adding in the white border back in, just with a bit of cardstock. Stick my foot down and then just trim it up. Alright, I had a bit of a shuffle around with the papers. I decided on that darker grey spot as my neutral sort of divider. I'll just trim it down a little bit more, it's just a little bit too big. And I just start sticking, because if you don't start sticking, you won't start anytime. You just keep shuffling those papers. So I just put a little bit of tape just in the middle of it, just so I can tuck things in behind it and work out the paper placement. I'm just trimming down those papers, and those little scraps that I had anyway, and just adding just a little bit of them, so I don't have to use so much, don't waste so much. I just decided to pop those up a bit, just give it a bit of dimension. Just use a bit of foam tape, tuck them under. Just decided to pull that out a little bit. I was getting a little lost, that little spotted paper, so a bit more foam tape on that one as well. Just bend the edges. So just having a look and seeing about chucking some down the side, a little bit at the top, just dotting the little papers around. I realised that it wasn't quite straight, so I do fix it, thank goodness. I just used my little tape runner there just to add a little bit of tape between the layers. And grab my Tim Hortons tiny attacher, but it's late, I can't remember anything. I just couldn't remember what I'd done with the staples, but they were in the back of the other packet, because I realised I was out. So I just chuck in some foam tape on the back of that photo just to pop it up, and I can then tuck more embellishments in under it and things. I've got that silver contact die cut that I cut myself out as a silhouette. I think most of it gets covered up in the end, but I really want to use it because in the photo there was like a silver glitter sort of paper. I really wanted, there was silver glitter in the mood board on the nails, so I wanted to try and bring that element back in. But I do think that one does get hidden. But the Charms Creation embellishment that's sitting there, that's got a nice silver on the top piece, and it looks really pretty. So that adds my little bit of silver in there. I've got a couple of other embellishments I think I added at the end as well that bring in the silver. And just putting in some of the washi tape just here and there. Just brings in that darker teal colour as well. And I really want to use that rose washi. I really like that one. And I just don't use it very often. I find it just doesn't quite go all the time, but I decided to use it a little bit and tuck it in on that one. I think it looks really cute actually. Just playing around with these other die cuts and just seeing whether I can get some more die cuts and things on there. Because it's a photo of me, I just wanted little things that remind me of me, if that makes sense. So the embellishments, they all have a meaning to me. So there is actually a reason for them being on the page, not just there for embellishment's sake. They're there for a reason. So I wanted to use the typewriter, but he just didn't work. Teacup, I want to use that as well, but just trying to find the embellishments that worked was just a little bit tricky for me. I remember I've got those butterflies, so I'll grab them as well. I'm playing around with these Charms Creations flowers as well. little roses, paper roses. I think those ones were a bit dark, and then just didn't seem to have the right ones to work. So I go and grab my other flowers out. You saw my feet there, I think, for a second. So I've just gone into my cupboard just to grab some of my other flowers. I remember my pearls there as well. Yeah, just grab the flowers here now. There are petaloo flowers. I'm just shuffling everything around, trying to work something out. Coffee just arrived for me. My husband made me one. I always have it in my travels mug when I'm working on my scrapbooking layouts because I've been known to knock them over before and destroy entire layouts. So travel mug is much safer. So I just added the journaling in, which is actually the quote that's in the mood board. That's handwritten on there on that card. Finally worked out my flower placement, so I'll stick it all down. There's my little bike. And just look at these little charms that I've got. I'm just grabbing some thread. So find this twine and just grab a bit of the yellow baker's twine and just put together some of these embellishments. I'm just trying to poke it through the hole there. I just didn't want to go. So just adding, I think, the other little coffee cup charm that I've got there. So the little charm is from Kazaz as well. It's kind of cute. The wood veneer there is from Studio Calico. The little bicycle die cut is from Basic Grey Waterfall, one of their waterfall packs. I'm just adding in the little silver glitter butterflies as well. They're just punched out with a punch. I think I've attached everything now and I'm happy with that layout. I do just like to add a backing of that craft cardstock just to give it a little bit of a finished border sort of thing on it. Just add a tape here. It goes really out of focus. Got a mind of its own, the camera sometimes. Just adding a fair bit of tape. Oh, the fan blew my mood board picture over as I was taking the tape off and nearly got stuck. So that's the final layout. Oh no, not quite. Add these little pearls in, that's right, because I wanted to use those as well. They're in the mood board. Just looking to see what I got to add those little embellishments. Just trying to decide whether it needs anything else. I think that is the final layout. I'm quite happy with that. So I just grabbed the mood board back here and I'll just point out to you my inspiration. So in the nails there was the silver and obviously the colours there that I picked up. Silver glitter, the pearls out of the flower and the headband, the plate symbol and the little butterflies and the journaling or the quote and wood grain in the background and the flowers and generally the overall colour as well. and that was my inspiration for the whole layout. So I hope you enjoyed my first ever mood board madness and my first ever 12x12 process video. So thanks for watching, and be sure to click like, and if you haven't done before, click subscribe. Thanks. Cheers.